I don't
Okay.
see it yet. Maybe I
Not
have
yet.
to
Not yet.
refresh.
Yeah. Again. All right. We're starting.
Oh,
All right. Uh, Greetings, readers. Welcome once again to our special interview with 2DX rankers, Felix and Norison. I'm your host, Dan Sarada, but you can call me Hiko at the moment. A bit of a disclaimer for maybe our Indonesian viewers and perhaps maybe Japanese viewers that comes to our live interview. This interview will be mostly spoken in English, but we will try our best to provide any bilingual translation whenever necessary. Tonight we have two special guests, as we tell. First of all is Phoenix, which is one of the top American 2DX player in the region. He's recently been drafted to the B Money Pro League Season 3 drafted, but unfortunately didn't make it to the final cut. And then we have former professional player Nori-san. He have a numerous accolades. He is starting his B-Money Pro League journey as Team Ryu in the BPL Zero, and then drafted to the Team Steelhead in the first season of the B-Money Pro League, and then drafted to the Title Trats on the second season, but unfortunately, same as Mr. Phoenix-san, he didn't make it to the third season, and now currently making his debut as a former professional player. Phoenix-san and Nori-san, welcome to our interview.
thank you for
Thank you.
invite.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I think some of our viewers are familiar with Nori-san. So this is the second time Nori-san
Yeah.
has been our guest in the field. So right now, we're gonna mainly talk about their journey as a 2DX ranker, and also we're gonna discuss more about BB Pro League, which is actually starting last Wednesday on the third season on the
Yes.
2DX, and give we're gonna hear some great insights and opinion from both of them.
Okay.
Right. Let's start with Phoenix on first, since he's the new guest in here.
Sure.
All right. So Phoenix on. So before you come to like Japan to like participating on the draft, so like actually bonding with the communities and such, would you
Mhm.
tell how do you get interested into the X first of all?
Yeah. So I guess my main introduction into music gaming as a whole, actually, I started playing DDR when I was
Mm.
6 years old.
Hmm. Oh,
Uh,
okay.
and I remember that way back in the day, DDR Supernova had just come out,
Mhm.
and an arcade that was close to me had recently gotten it. They were the only ones in Southern California, where I'm from, that upgraded to Supernova. So I wanted to go play it. Uh, I went and played it, and right next to the Supernova machine was a 2DX machine. And I was like, okay, I've never actually seen this machine before, so I'm just
Mm.
gonna try
Mhm.
it. And I did, and I immediately was like, okay, maybe I like this more than DDR. Uh, the timing was
Oh,
also
okay,
very good
interesting.
because around that time, the only ever American release of a 2DX game happened. They were selling. There was a version of Beatmania called Beatmania US for the PS2.
Uh,
There was
Oh
no
yeah,
US.
I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
Exactly. Although the US Konami official controller. So
mm.
right as I thought to get
Oh.
interested in the game, like that was coming out like the next month. So I was like, okay, I'll buy it. I
Mm.
did, and then I started importing the CS games after that, and I guess that's just sort of it. That's as bad as been happening.
Oh,
Mm.
I see, I see. Maybe Norisan could maybe also like share a short like history of how do you got interested to the X2,
Uh,
maybe for those new viewers, I guess.
okay. Actually, I have a three older brothers and sisters, and
Mhm.
when they're being a junior high school student or high school student, Beatmania, 5 key Beatmania was really 流行っていた, very famous around Japan. And
Mhm.
my older brother and sisters played Beatmania. And maybe I was 3 or 5 years old at then. So my brothers tried to play 2DX for me. No, I tried to say, hey, play Beatmania, Nori, and I started to play. Do you know the Ska Go Go?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
very
and
very.
so surprisingly, maybe I could when I was 5 or 6 years.
Oh.
Whoa,
So
that's
and as the time passed, my brother and sister do not play 5 keys Beatmania anymore. But
mm.
I keep playing, and that's why I was a pro gamer. So since then, maybe I be around 20 years I'm playing Beatmania.
Whoa,
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
because of
Okay.
my brothers and sisters, I play
Mm,
Beatmania and I just keep playing
I see,
Beatmania.
I see.
Yes,
Yeah, so okay, we continue. So yeah, once again, I would like to thank Norisan for his hard work on participating for 2 seasons of Viva Pro League. So congrats.
yes.
So what are your thoughts about Bimani Pro League as a former professional player right now?
I'm not sure my answer will be right answer for the question, but now I can enjoy BPL for the first time as a normal BPL fan. So
Yeah, no
I'm
stress, right?
yes, I really enjoy to see each matches with fans in X Bar Tokyo. Many fan gathering at the for the streaming on BPL matches. Maybe
Mhm.
50 or 100 people in the
Oh, that's
store
so many.
always. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm really enjoying that なんていうのかな environment.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really nice to like have so many communities paying
Yes.
attention to Bimani Pro Leagues. And
Yes.
yeah,
That's
actually
true.
being BPL fans is
Yes.
so much fun.
Yes. So much fun.
Especially
Yes.
with the official merchandise keep getting more cooler and cooler, and I
Yes.
really want to like collect it.
Yes.
All right, so now we'll go back to Phoenix, and then so since you're one of the top 2DX player in the Americas region,
Mhm.
do you feel like you're a main representative for the American scene now that you have moved to Japan?
Um, I've thought about this question a bit. Honestly, like
That's okay. Mhm,
in some ways, like simply because like I am physically here and I'm
mhm,
the one of the few people in the American scene who moved and I am participating in tournaments and everything, I could say sure, maybe just in some degrees I
mhm,
would be a representative of the American scene. However, like something I've been trying to change recently in terms of, because I'm trying to make more BPL focused content, I don't feel like I've been really connecting too much with the American scene
mhm,
since I've moved here. I
Mm.
tried really hard to try to interact a lot with the Japanese community, and in some ways, I feel like my amount of communication with the American scene kind of lacked in some ways.
mhm.
So
I see.
I feel
I
like if I
see.
really want to be, I feel, if you were to ask me, am I a representative? I would say in some ways yes, but I would like to be perhaps more of one.
I see. I
Right.
see. Maybe I also like try to give this question too, since it's also related to your answer. Right? So now you have lived in Japan for quite a while. Do you still like a main difference between playing 2DX back in your home in Americas and between Japan right now?
Uh, well, number one, if I go to an arcade, uh, and there's a line, it's okay because that arcade probably has 10 machines. And I
Ooh.
also took a train for 10 minutes to get there as opposed to driving for an hour. So in America, the access is not good. So, I mean, I'm
Ah, I
from
see.
California. So in
Oh,
California, like,
California.
California had probably, in my opinion, the best access for 2DX or music games in America, period. And
Mhm.
I still had to drive for about an hour one way to get to my home game
Wow.
center. And so, I'd go to work. Some days that when I'd want to go to the arcade, I'd get off of work, I'd
Mhm.
go to the arcade, drive for an hour, and I do that. And sometimes there's a line, and I do
Mm.
that, and I'm just like, it cost me so much money to drive over here in gas, and I really wanted to play, and now there's a line, and I can't play. So it would suck
Eh,
sometimes. And in
ah,
Japan,
yes.
I don't have that problem because if I go to an arcade and there's a line, I
Mhm.
can go to a different arcade. Or
Oh,
I
yeah.
can just decide to, I'll go do something else. I'll come back another day because it's so convenient just to go to a game center. So,
Oh,
it's
nice.
not like a huge journey anymore. I would say that's probably the biggest difference.
I see. I see. I think your like main struggle on finding arcades in America is pretty similar in here in
Oh,
Indonesia. We also do not have that much of big money machines here, or maybe especially in this case 2DX. We like only have I think four in total. So there are two in our main capital, and then there's one in Sumatra, if I'm not mistaken, and then one more in the West Java. So it's like very far from my actual place right now. So yeah, even though like the arcades like seems to close for us, but the variation of which games we should play, like let's say on B Money franchise, is fairly limited, unlike in Japan. So yeah,
mm,
I really like grow how growing is Japan's arcade business, especially on auto games. And I
yeah, yeah.
really enjoy my time whenever I take a vacation in there. All right, so let's go back to Nori-san. So now that you say that you are transitioning to a former 2DX professional players, do you have any plans in the future regarding your accomplishment in 2DX?
Yeah, actually, I am still thinking what should I do
Mhm,
as a ex pro player.
mhm.
But yeah, one thing I'm thinking about is promoting 2DX or BPL, and
Ooh.
there are two main targets. One is like now approaching to the foreign BPL fans,
Mhm,
and the second is for auto game player, but who don't play 2DX or BPL games. I heard that
I see.
some of them want to play 2DX, but it's
Mhm,
somehow difficult to start 2DX, so they hesitate to start
mm,
to play 2DX at arcade for the first time. I really
mm,
know their feeling because 2DX cabinet is very big and
mhm.
they need
Yeah.
to step on to the step of 2DX machine.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I really want to help them to start
Ah, I
2DX.
see. I see.
There's many
I see.
options, there's many songs, there's many modes. So I I admit 2DX to start 2DX is not easy right now, I think.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
I do. I personally do understand because I think our like compared to Indonesia, I think language barrier is
Yes, yes.
one of the things that we have to consider because since Even though right now 2D hacks have free language option right now, there
Mm-mm.
are many new players who are hesitated to try
Yes.
2DX because yeah, there are so many buttons, like I have to do this to do that, and it's kind of intimidating in a way. So I really
Mm-mm.
understand that struggle and that
Mm-mm.
yeah sentiment on really trying to introduce
Mm-mm.
2DX to new people. But yeah, I hope your goals can really be accomplished in a matter of time.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, and then let's go back to Phoenix again. So same as maybe no reason, but this is also like for seeing your background as American players who really want to increase influence about to the extent. Is there any plan for you, Phoenix, for expanding to the extent throughout the English speaking communities? Like say you want to make a podcast or you want to make a stream as such. Do you have like that kind of plan?
Well, currently I'm going through my little, I guess, podcast series of,
Mm.
you know,
Hmm.
casting, giving my thoughts on this season's BPL matches, going in depth. I think the main, uh, I guess, problem with that would be that obviously I'm catering to people who are already interested in the game, right? Getting new
Hmm.
people interested in 2DX in America, I think, is a pretty difficult task
Mm.
overall.
Hmm.
I feel like a lot of people have tried a lot of different things. Like I don't know if you guys still remember DJ Darks.
Mm.
Back in the day, he made a
Oh,
lot of
I
tutorial
do
videos.
remember that name.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he made a lot of tutorial videos on like techniques, how to play the game, and just kind of helping people understand. And that was incredibly helpful for the time.
Mm.
I've
Hmm.
considered maybe trying to explore that a bit. I'm a bit hesitant, given that I feel like it's been done several times already. I don't know how much, uh, how much it would be helpful just to rehash it one more time. But
Mm.
also, I mean, it's just sort of a big goal of mine. And I think it ties into me actually eventually getting into the pro league, like for real as a player. I think
Mm.
that if I were to actually manage to do that, then it may, like, I may be able to use that position, I guess, as a way to help publicize 2DX more in America. So
Mm.
while
Oh.
being a pro player is something that like obviously is just a goal for me personally in terms of my improvement at the game and just pushing myself to get better and better. I also think that because I would be in the unique position of being
Mm.
the first American to
Hmm.
do this,
Mm.
uh, I think that that would open up some opportunities for me.
Mm.
And in terms of like
Oh.
expanding the game potentially.
Oh, that's a really noble plan of you, and I really wish you good luck with that because yeah, being if you actually like managed to get drafted on this third season of people, it's really gonna be like a huge boost for you. Like, yeah, oh, I'm a professional player now. I can spread like my overseas influence to the English speaking communities, and yeah, that's a really nice
Mm.
thing to do in the future. And yeah, I really wish both of you get drafted in the next season. So let's go to Norison and
Mm.
perhaps maybe Phoenix Sun can answer this question too.
Mm.
So what are your thoughts about the entire division of humanity project? So we're not talking about only 2DX, but also the Soundfall text, the DDR. But yeah, I really want to hear both of your thoughts
Mm.
especially the 2DX season in the second season of VPL. What are your thoughts, perhaps?
Okay, let me go first. And
Right. Sure, sure,
because
sure.
maybe yeah, because I'm a big fan of Trust, so
Hmm.
I hope. plus to be champion.
Oh yeah.
And another expectation or my thought is there are many, no, not many. There are some new players for BPL.
Mhm.
So I also hope that those new players plays well and show their strengths on the matches and give なんていうの wow for
Ah,
us. Yes.
Oh yeah. And then yeah, perhaps Phoenix, do you have any thoughts about this season of BPL, especially on the 2DX division?
this particular season.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, in general, like obviously the skill level has gotten much higher. I think it'll be much more interesting for viewers because it's much more possible for like upsets to happen, like like a fourth pick on a team beating a
Mm-hmm.
first pick on certain things, and like things are not as predictable as they once were. I feel like it nothing is too clear cut anymore.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
I think that it will make for a much more interesting experience as a viewer overall. In
mm,
terms of BPL in general, though, if I were to
Mm-hmm.
like make some comments on that, one thing that I've always really enjoyed about BPL
mm,
uh, versus like past events, like let's say KAC, you look
oh,
at KAC, you
Oh.
look at old KACs, and they're fun to watch because yeah, they're like you're showcasing very good players at a game, and it's very
mm,
hype and exciting and that sort of thing. But it always felt a little hollow, I suppose.
Mm.
Like so, you go up there and you see, or you watch the stream and you see people like Utaka, KKM, Licht, and you see them play, and it's really cool, and they're
mm,
very good. But one thing that BPL does so much better is that they showcase the players and they give the players like a personality.
mm,
It gives BPL gives the players a space to like in some ways express themselves in more ways than
mm,
just
mm,
posting scores.
Mm-hmm.
And I really really like that because makes you know it makes them seem like not just robots or something, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it gives
Indeed.
them a
Indeed.
personality. It makes them more interesting. It makes it
mm,
easier for the viewers to get more invested into
mm,
players and teams because you know they get to see what they're like in some ways, right?
Yeah.
mm,
Versus Casey.
mm,
No, yeah, indeed.
Hmm.
Indeed. I do understand like the huge difference because in my opinion, like KAC or Konami Arcade Championship, in case people doesn't know what it stands for. So yeah, so if I do remember, KAC is like they're trying to find the best of the best, right? So it's only sees individual performance
mm,
to each players right there. But I do also agree with Phoenix opinion on V-Money Pro League that with the many players involved in this competition, it
mm,
gives them really good bond, connection, friendship, and yeah, also personality for people to know. So you get to not only know like super strong players like Yutaka, Dolce, or KKM, but you can also know yeah people like yeah Norizon like right now today.
mm,
And then yeah, perhaps maybe Dinosaur or yeah, even there's a few of other examples. And I agree with the sentiment that BPL really makes this Otoge seems more lively, and I really hope that it could be improved much further though.
mm,
So all right, let's go back to Horizon, I guess.
mhm,
So as former professional
mm,
players, there are many experience and valuable lessons that
mm,
you get when you are still
mm,
being drafted as a professional player. What are
mm,
the most notable lessons or experience that you got when you were a former professional player?
Yeah, it's really difficult question, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that, as you may know,
Mm-hmm.
lessons by Seiryu-san when I was Shikha was
Oh.
the lesson greatly improved my 2DX skills.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that should be the most notable experience or lessons I've got.
Mm.
He's very ha I'm he has a skill to なんていうの imitate one's play of
Mm,
2DX. And Seiryu-san give me advice. So with your play style, you should change this setting or you should change your body style or なんだ step, how to stand or
mhm.
how to see the charts.
Is it?
So I can't understand why he can imitate someone's playing, but I actually got I actually improved my 2DX skill by his advice. So
Oh.
it's really, yeah, he's magician, I think. Yeah, yeah,
He
Is it?
definitely is very good
Yeah,
at that.
yeah.
is very yeah. I do notice your Norisan's friendship with Seryu-san is has already gone for a long time. So, and you also have like this YouTube called Otoge Days, if I'm not
Yes, yes,
mistaken.
yes.
Yeah, so basically to the viewers out there, Otogo Days is a channel handled by Nori-san and Seryu-san, and where they discuss a lot of things about Otoges, but especially on 2DX. You can check them out
Thank you
after
so
this
much.
interview. Yeah, also if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, Phoenix Suns also have a YouTube channel too, right? So
I do, yes.
yeah, so if you guys also want to check Phoenix Suns content, especially for the English speaking
Mhm.
communities, be sure to check them out. They're really giving a great insights to
Thank you.
this iteration of 2DX.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so let's go back to Phoenix Suns. So in your opinion, do you think B-Money Pro League can be improved much further, especially in the case of expanding influence to the English speaking community? So, like for example, we kind of see the attempts on DDR, like hiring Maxwell Powers as
Mm.
the main MC, unlike Morio Icho, and then have a co-commentator with Japanese with Gaho-san, and then the English commentator is Ali-san. So that's kind of an example. So do you think, in your opinion, there is things that can be improved for B-Money Pro League so they can be more captivated for the English speaking communities?
Um, a short answer, yes, because as a person who, you know, only began to understand Japanese recently,
Mhm.
watching BPL and events before that, um, basically impossible. Right? So,
Yeah.
any sort of multilingual support, I mean, especially English, because a lot of countries speak English. That would open up so
Yes.
many doors, right? Like if they what they did with DDR was fantastic, and it's a trend that I hope continues. And I'm not gonna lie, I have I guess, a little ulterior motive for doing my little podcast, because if Konami recognizes me, I want to ask Konami to MC or something for the BPL matches, I'll be down. I'm just saying, But like, I think if they had that sort of insight, uh, if they had someone commentating the matches officially in
Mm.
English, like they did with DDR, I think it would offer a lot more to foreigners, and it could
Mm.
expand their audience quite a bit, right? And like there's also some other things that they could do, but it's just a matter of how much effort they want to put in into providing English content for themselves. Because I think that the market is definitely there, especially being that this whole thing is online, which sort of makes it a global thing in some ways. And simply adding the option of English would open up not just America, but I mean, like you're currently located in Indonesia,
Mm.
and you say everyone there studies English at some point. A lot of countries in Europe as well. I
Mm.
know a lot of 2DX players that currently live in Europe that
Mm.
I'm sure experienced the same struggles that I did when I didn't really understand Japanese. Is that there's not really any content catered to you,
Mm.
right? I
I
think
see. I see.
BPL uh, has an opportunity to reach out to those communities just if they choose to, you know.
I see. I see.
Mhm.
That's really great opinion on where what he can improve on Bimani Project. And perhaps I could ask also the same question to Norisan. Do you think there is anything that Bimani colleague can improve aside from catering to the English speaking communities, in your opinion?
Yeah, yeah. One thing but difficult,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like me っていうのもちょっとあれだけど、so every BPL pro player should talk or show some thought on English is very
Mm,
important, not only because there is a 32 pro players on
mm-hmm.
2DX. So
Mm-hmm.
I hope them to give a short or small is enough, but please some なんていうのかな show their なんていうの
Support.
Support.
support. So for the English
I see. I see.
communities, yeah, is needed. And also, なんていうのちょっと残念。なんていう
Uh,
の I feel pity or sorry about that, but there
yeah.
was a DDR English commentator with no English commentator so far in
Mm,
2DX. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, we need English commentator also in
Ah,
2DX or a
Yeah.
sub channel or something is fine, but
Yeah.
yeah, I hope one day all
mm,
BPL games streaming have an English
mm,
commentator. Yeah.
It
I
would
see.
be
I see.
it would be a game changer,
I,
honestly.
Yes.
so yeah,
Yes.
I think we can all agree that if perhaps in the future, 2DX
Mm,
division and perhaps maybe Sunfall's X division offers
mm,
that same English commentaries on every matches, I think more people
mm,
gonna tune in and actually more enjoying
mm, mm.
the matches is each week. Yeah, I do agree that, and yeah, I hope that it could be implemented in the next season. I think.
Yes. Yeah. I know that i- inviting English commentator is not easy,
Mhm.
but at least I want Konami-san to have English subtitles on
Oh
their
yeah,
videos.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that will be very good. That will be very
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Right. So before we move to the next question, for the viewers who are currently watching our interview, if there is still our time for our live interview, we will open viewers question for those who are interested to know more about Norizon and Finisak. So do not hesitate to leave a comment, or perhaps if you want to know more about both of them, do not worry, because yeah, we're gonna be here for a long time, so a lot to discuss. All
Yes.
right, so let's go back to Phoenix Suns once again. So I do notice that since you are moving to Japan, you have try to be friends with many of the top Bimani franchise players. So not only on 2DX, so like DDR, like Software and often that if played together in that kind of game. So is there any like inspiration or experience that may encourage you to achieve more on playing those games, especially 2DX?
Um, inspiration too. So like, from meeting other people, like
Yeah,
meeting other
from
players.
meeting other people. Yeah.
Um, yeah. Short answer. But if I were to, put it into words, like one thing that I never really got in America was a truly a second perspective in some ways.
Mhm,
Like because the skill gap between me and like the next closest people in America was pretty large. So I didn't really ever get to see anyone in person play that was better than me, and like therefore learning and absorbing stuff as like a result was kind of impossible in some ways.
うん。
And now that I've come to Japan and I've attended a lot of tournaments and just gone to arcades and seen a lot of really good players play, I feel like I've learned a lot in terms of, some mistakes I've been making with my own gameplay, some things that I can learn, uh,
mhm,
you know, that sort of stuff. And always just learning new stuff always compels me to try to improve
うん。
at the games, of course. And of course, just getting I have to say this, getting into the draft and not getting picked.
mhm.
Just the sheer, um, what is the word I can use to convey the feeling? Um, it's difficult.
The
Like the
the sense of like the gathering or what?
well, the sense of like I got so close and I didn't quite. I still it's like was I just barely was just a little bit short. That
Yes.
whole experience was definitely a. It still continues to be a very large motivator to problem solve, to push myself further in the game.
The sense
Um,
of like the gathering or
yeah. So I would say yes. That's sort of my answer for my experience in interacting with people, seeing people, and just my
mm,
experiences here.
I see, I see. And then perhaps same question too. Morrison, is there like
Mm,
any special person that gives also inspiration
う
and
ん。
motivation for you to achieve more in money games, especially 2DX?
そうね。誰だろうな。
Take your time.
いや、いや、なんていうのかな。It's really difficult to answer in English, so
Mhm.
just give me a time. フェニックスに訳してもらおうかな。
okay, I could do it. Yeah, yeah, I can do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So basically, what for the viewers right there? So Norisan probably
OK。
gonna answer this
Okay.
full in Japanese because it's kind of hard to like translate it to English by himself. So bear with us,
え、
viewers.
ち
Hmm.
ょっとフェニックスにお願いします。
Yep. Okay.
自分の実力ってだいたい100位、100番目ぐらいだと思ってたの、ずーっと。
Okay. So
で、
yeah.
プロ選手は32人いるけど、実力はもう100番目から200番目ぐらいだと、まず思ってて。でも、一発勝負、その大会で1回でやる勝負の時って、俺より上手い人でも、あれこれ俺が自己ベ出したらワンチャン勝てるぞみたいに思う瞬間が結構あって、なんかこう、叶わないなってずっと思ってた人たちにも、BPL に参加することで、もしかしたら一発勝負なら手が届くかもって思える瞬間が結構あったから、特定の誰かっていうのは難しいんだけど、なんかこう BPL に参加して、なんかこう、自分意外といけるかもって、なんか自分のスキル にポジティブになれたっていうのはあったかな。ちょっと長
Okay.
くてごめん。はい。
No, that's okay. Let me see if I can still remember everything. So what he
Yeah.
said was something to the effect of, while BPL, obviously there's only 32 spots in BPL. Nori has always felt that in terms of his like own personal skill level,
Mhm.
he's probably at about 100 to 200th place in the world. But despite that, he has this feeling that in like a tournament set or like
Mhm.
a competitive like 1v1 format that
Mm.
he sort of has this feeling of like, if I actually like hit my PB, I could actually maybe beat this person that's actually much better than I am.
Mm.
So it's hard to say like a specific person that's inspired him to get better, but it's just the whole event of participating in BPL that sort of gave him the experience of going up against these players that he thought were much better than he was, but having a chance at beating or still beating them in the BPL format that has pushed him to improve. Am I correct?
100点
Yes. Okay,
Oh,
let's go.
wow.
Yes.
That's a really great answer for no reason. And yeah,
Let's go.
I do also like understand that sentiments. Like back in the day, like there's like so many pros that already like ways ahead than us, and then you get that feeling of someday that their achievements can be surpassed, and I can do it if I keep pushing and training more vigorously. So yeah, I really understand that sentiment, and yeah, having that kind of encounters with the professional players like in the BPL, like not only like top 50s and such, is a really great opportunity and lessons to get when you get chance to have a match with them. Now with we have that BPL battle features in multiple
Yes. Yes.
games. Yeah, that's really one of the ways that we could get more lessons, more experience from there. And yeah, I really wish whoever these persons that Morrison's things really inspire you to become better. Yeah, I hope he also gets better too, and he can give great influence for all of us.
Thank you.
All right, so this is the same question. Next question. So this is probably could be answered by both of you since the question is the same. So
Mm.
given the opportunity next year, would Phoenix Suns and Norisan give another chance to participate in the next season of Vimani Pro League once again?
Let me go first.
You can go first,
Okay,
Yes.
sure thing, sure thing.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm not sure right now, but I'm not
Mhm,
inclined to participate because
mhm.
recently my main work and my private
Mm,
became more busier than last year. So I don't have time, much time to practice than last year or the
I see.
year before. So, and as Felix san said, recently the skills of top players are becoming more and more skillful.
Yeah.
So, actually, I have a little confidence to follow them on my current
Mm,
environment.
mm,
But maybe I apply for draft, I think, and if
Oh.
some team needs want to pick me,
Mhm.
yeah, maybe
Mm.
I can do, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't have little confidence right now.
That's all right. That's all
Yeah.
right.
How about
And
Felix san?
how about Phoenix Sun? Yeah.
No, not at all. I'm just kidding, of course. Yeah, of course, 100%. Basically, every single the day after the draft, like
うん。
literally the day after the draft, I bought a controller. I didn't have a setup at my house in Japan here. I've been
うん。
playing
Mhm,
literally every single day.
うん。
mhm.
I've not posted anything to Twitter
うん。
because I've been like kind of trying to teach myself new things and sort of experiment with how I play the game in a lot of different ways.
うん。
Oh,
But I've been seeing a lot of results, and when I finally make my return to actually playing at an arcade, like in any serious matter, like regularly, then I think people will kind of see, like, oh yeah, no, I am still actively trying to play this game, and I am still actively aiming for next year because I very much am. I think that my, uh, I think I never really fully achieved my peak skill level throughout my all
oh,
the time that I've been in Japan.
うん。
Uh, and I think that I could definitely get within the top 32 slots to make it into BPL, if not like
oh,
safely.
that's
Like, I mean, I've had a lot of arenas, even in Japan, when I feel like I'm not like performing the best, I'm still able to sometimes beat current BPL players.
おー。
So like,
oh,
if I like, I'm gonna be cocky for a little bit, but if I actually focused really hard this year on like inspecting the heck out of the way I play the game, how I can make it better, then I think you'll be seeing a lot out of me.
oh, that's some great confidence from Felix. And I really do like it a lot because from what I see that people in every division, not only like 2DX or like Sunfoltex and also DDR, whenever they are like not getting drafted for this season, I saw that they actually got motivated to like trying to be perform more better and better. So yeah, that's a really great motivation to and mindset to be put in your brain. So yeah, I hopefully see you get drafted once again. But
う
perhaps
ん。
yeah, maybe there are more strategic roles that you could like apply. Maybe like an advisor, because
うん。 うん。
uh, I saw that the roles of team manager and advisor is also necessary for
うん。
each team. If I believe Apina already started like back in the first season, but
う
right
ん。
now it's a standard for all team to get their own team manager and advisor.
うん。
So therefore, yeah, you if every team can like perform even better, can perform better strategies and such. Yeah, it's really interesting to see what next year have to offer.
う
Yeah,
ん。
I think that being an advisor or something like that wouldn't quite still hit as hard, like for the American community, if it was like, oh, this American is the advisor for, you know,
うん。
Silcat or whatever. Like,
う
Mm,
ん。
it
う
mhm,
wouldn't
ん。
be the same as like, oh, he's a pro player for this team.
Yes.
mhm, mhm.
So that's why. And I mean, I can get there. So,
Oh.
so I'm gonna aim for it, right? That's the
Yeah, yeah, yes, yes, yes.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think yeah, that's really, really good motivation was that. And I think that will be it on the Bimani discussing Bimani project. So perhaps we could like talk a bit more about college in 2DX and such. So perhaps another question for both of you. So
うん。
uh is there like you already played like so many song charts from 2DX, right? So there are hundreds of music artists that you ever listen to. If you like play the charts, so yeah, like the blood, sweat, and tears. Like some of them are easy, some of them like, what is this? And someone is like, oh yeah, I can play this regularly. Is there like any favorite otoge artists that you both of you like the most? And if there are like many artists, you can name it as many as you guys can, if you will.
いっぱいいるな。
I can pick
ね。
three.
Oh, sure, 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 sure. Go
Okay,
ahead.
go ahead.
Maybe four. I'll say four.
Hmm.
Um,
Sure, sure.
Nato MK, Taku Inoue,
Oh,
and
Mm.
Ajurika.
oh,
Ah.
oh. That's a really great pick. And perhaps, what are your favorite songs from four of them?
Backyard Stars.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Backyard
yeah,
Stars.
I know. Nori probably likes that.
Yes, I will
Vibra.
say like, oh,
Vibra.
Vibra
Yeah.
is also good. Yeah.
The songs that don't sound like they should be in a music game.
Mm.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
It's crazy. What else is there? Recently
So,
removed, but Punching Down.
oh,
It's a shame that got
okay.
removed. Mm,
Yeah, yeah, but I hope it got revived in the next installment. But yeah, I
I hope
could
so.
say that your favorite picks are, well, we can describe this as Kamikyoku.
Kamikyoku.
神曲.
Kamikyoku. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely it's Kamikyoku.
Okay. And then Norisa, is there any favorite artists that you like the most?
Yeah. I'm be thinking while Phoenix and Hiko-san talking, but I can't. Yeah, but I have two,
Hmm.
and Nekomata-san or
Wow,
Nekomata Master-san
Okay.
and
mm-hmm.
Wax-san.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
いや、
yeah.
もちろん、タカさんも、コウスケさんも、ヨシヒコ
Wow.
さんも、
Uh,
I love all those people. But
Wow. Mhm.
the Nekomata-san and the Wax-san, firstly comes up to my mind because
Oh.
I really love the proof of the existence for Nekomata-san.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's really great
And,
song from Nekomata-san.
and ワックさんはね、いっぱいあるんだけど、it's not 2DX. Sorry, it's not in arcade, but in
Mhm.
Infinitas. I really
Oh,
love
Infinitas.
Shonen Ripples.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see,
yeah.
really
I see.
love that song. So right now,
Mhm.
my favorite artist is those two,
Mm.
Nekomata-san and
Ooh.
Wax-san. And I love Portal on
Oh,
Tricolor.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Portal.
also Nekomata-san.
Mm.
So yeah, I hope to revive 復活?
Yes, revive,
Yeah,
revive.
Revive
revive.
Band. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
on Arena, next to Arena.
I see, I see. Yeah, actually, for me personally, yeah, I
Mm.
also like Takuya Inoue and Ajurika too. So like Ajurika is probably Triumph is my
Triumph.
Triumph is the most favorite. Yeah, the song is not really fun to play in
Oh,
difficulty, but
that chart is artwork. Okay, that chart is
Artwork.
beautiful. That chart is literal perfection.
Yes.
I love it.
And but for like the original guys, I think I like DJ Toto the most. And yeah, I really,
Ah,
yeah, it's not in his favorite song, it's not really on 2DX, but I think it's in Guitar Hero. It's called Dowa Kairo.
That's
I
in
think
2D.
it.
Do
Oh,
Wakairo.
that's,
Right.
yeah, I think it's,
Yeah.
yeah, it got ported to Xenobus, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
Yeah.
Shinobas, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. And then yeah, I'm really happy when DJ Toto finally doing live once again, and then like
Mm.
releasing Fall Aquas. It's really
Yeah.
yeah, it really reminds me of Fadra. And yeah, I really hope that he could produce more songs to be money.
Mm.
Right. So maybe not only songs. So in 2DX, so this is questions again for both of you. So in 2DX, like there should be like a favorite charts that you guys like so likes to play a lot. So maybe starting from Phoenix Sun, is there any song charts that you really play like the most in 2DX and
Uh,
why?
well, I legitimately before the previous discussion, I legitimately would have said Triumph,
Mhm.
100%, because it's literally one of the few charts in the game where it has like everything. It's got like BMS density at the end. It's got cool charge note sections. It's got a little complicated, a little fun scratch section. It's got like some really cool like backspins, but like two
Ooh.
different kinds of backspins. So this is the cool part. You got the backspins in the middle, right? Where you got some
Mhm.
one-handing action you got to go on, but it's extra simple because it's just chords. It's
Mm.
not a big deal. And then the second half, you got the cool backspins where you have to like learn either how to turn it back at the right time or just turn it just enough and ignore the rest of it. And that kind of stuff is just great. I love it so much. I feel very passionate
Yeah.
about my charts.
Yeah.
What
Ooh, I see. I see. I see.
yeah. Other than that, I mean, charts that I play a lot.
Mhm.
I mean, mainly like because I've been sort of wanting to just improve. I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say like fun charts are the good ones to grind all the time because
Mhm. Mhm.
if you know if you're having too much fun with it, maybe it's because you're too good at it. Like maybe that's just a sad reality. But I don't know. I always think scratch charts are always a unique experience to 2DX.
Oh.
So I think playing those is pretty fun. Um, Stuff like I always everyone memes on me in the Japanese community because of Red by Full Metal Jacket. Um, I pick that in like every tournament, and everyone always writes it in cursive because my pronunciation is like American.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it all the time. But like charts
Mm.
like that are always like it's like one of the some of those charts where it's like you can only get an experience like this, like that
Mm.
playing 2DX.
Mm.
See,
But
I see.
Triumph is artwork, absolutely perfection. Everyone needs to play it. If you cannot pass it right now, you should
Mm.
motivate yourself to get better at the game to pass it because it's that good. I'm just telling
Oh, I
you.
see. I see. Well, that's Fox is a truly professional opinion on a
Yes.
best chart in 2DX. So if you guys happens to be playing 12s regularly, yeah, try Phoenix Suns
Mm.
X
Yes.
And then Norisa, do you have like favorite 2DX charts that you played the most?
Yeah, thank you for giving much time to think about that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and yes, I met Violet Pulse Legendaria yesterday.
Oh.
Oh,
That
Legendaria.
was really cool chat.
Oh.
I
Oh.
love Gachioshi,
Mm.
and
Mhm.
I can only say it in Japanese. Jari
No, that's
jari.
okay. Ah,
Ja,
yeah, yeah.
砂利譜面。ジャリジャリした譜面。
Yeah, which is like um
Super fast.
Super
super
fast. Oh.
fast, like 30 seconds, like kind of deal.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I see,
Yeah.
I see. All
And the
right.
Violet
So,
Pulse Legendary has both of two.
Uh-huh.
oh, I
And
see.
there is many notes. Maybe 2000
Mm.
something.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's so dense
Yeah,
for more than 2000.
yeah.
So, if
I
I'm not
love it.
mistaken, yeah, my legitimate reaction for
Mm,
Violet Pulse Legendaria is
mm,
like, wow, really this song got a Legendaria because I think
mm.
not a few people remembers that song notably from Copula, but it's
Yes.
a welcome addition
Mm,
to already fully packed Legendaria chart. So for those viewers out here who doesn't understand what we
Yes.
are talking about, so basically there is an extra difficulty in 2DX called Legendaria. So basically this is extra difficulty that always gives harder chart songs to play, and it could like range from level 9 or 12. So let's say example, the very hard legendaria will be Fairflock from
Yes.
Turfing, and then like one of the easier like No Crime or Wanna Party, maybe. Is it count as an easy legendaria? Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, it's basically like that legendary is. So yeah, if you guys happens like to try to play legendary charts, like try it for yourself. We do not hold responsible if you find any difficulties in the midway though.
I still need to
All
unlock
right.
that chart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yes,
Also, extra results that right now Legendaria charts is either unlocked from our arena
yes,
game mode,
yes.
or fulfilling certain requirements on like weekly ranking or DJ points. I totally forgot what's the resident current requirement, but if I'm not mistaken, that there are like 3 or 4 songs that get Legendaria on the release of Resident. So yeah, try to see for yourself which
Yes.
songs that get Legendaria charts. Right. So next question. So since both of you right now is
Mm-hmm.
considered as one of many top ranker in 2DX scene,
Mm-hmm.
Uh, do both of you have any advices for those who want to reach that ranker level? Maybe starting from Phoenix Suns, I guess.
Yeah. Um, I guess like it depends on the skill level of the person I'm talking to. So I think I'll break
Mhm.
it up a little bit into sections. I guess I'll try to keep this kind of short.
Sure.
I'm not going to sit here and rant, but I'm going to preface this first off that I believe that there are uh, two different types of players in some ways. You have the very talented players who simply just kind of know what to do intuitively and they just get very good very fast. And then you have the players who simply want to get good and grind and play and figure things out for themselves. And I personally believe that I am not talented at all. I think that my improvement came from me wanting it. It came from me like trying my best to identify my own weaknesses and what can I
Mhm.
do to get better at this? What can I do to figure this out? Right. I always tried to look at Japanese players through like YouTube, seeing what they were doing, comparing it with what I was doing. What could I do to imitate them? What could I do to, they're getting a score like that? They're a human being. I'm a human being. That means I can do it too. And I want to do it. So, what do I need to do to get there? Um, if you were to ask me more specific like advice points, I would say if you're at the level where I would say even 10 dan or below, uh, just play the game. Play as many charts as you possibly can. One of the biggest struggles I had when I was first in like trying to get into the game and when I was first improving up to about 10 dan level was that the level 12 folder was incredibly sparse and there was a gigantic gap in
Mhm.
charts became much harder very quickly. Take advantage of the fact that 2DX now has something like 300 plus 12s and like more 11s than that and more 10s than that even. Play as many things as you possibly can. Play on random and just grind. If you're above that level, let's say you're at Kaiden level or past Kaiden level, then don't be afraid to come out and ask for advice. Or do some real problem solving. Like, think about it. Because there will be a point where your improvement won't come so easy. And it's because you need to sort of dig a little deeper and say, okay, why is it that I can't read this type of chart? Why is it that I can't hit this type of chart? And ask yourself those sorts of questions. Try to compare your play with someone else, either on YouTube or someone local to you if you happen to be so fortunate, and just problem solve. I firmly believe that you don't need to be talented to be a top player, even a worldwide top player at 2DX. I think that the same thing can be achieved with determination and problem solving.
I see. I see.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah.
really great advice from Phoenix-san. And Nori-san, do you perhaps have another advices as former 2DX Pro to
Yeah,
be shared?
there is nothing about Phoenix Sun's advice, but yeah, なんていうかな. One thing, if you want to participate BPL,
Mhm.
maybe this is the opposite from Phoenix Sun saying, but set your special strengths set and keep practicing that will be なんていうのかな make you closer to the BPL because if you want to improve your skill averagingly, many current pro players also have very high average skill on each chart. So if
Mm.
you なんていうのそこに食らいつくなんていうのかな if you want to break that a thick wall of pro
Barrier, wall.
barrier,
Mhm.
you need to have very keen strengths and
Mm.
so only less than 32 pro players can achieve make if you have something that only less than 32 pro players can achieve, maybe that
Mhm.
will be the very strong strengths to be elected on BPL draft, I think.
I see.
Yes.
That's also good advice, though. Oh, I see the comments, uh, jokes about the advice, and he
Yes.
said that just play Black Another,
Well,
Kuro
I mean,
Another. So
playing hard charts is definitely
yeah,
Yes.
very
conducive to
sure.
improvement. So, like,
Yes. Yes.
that definitely is something.
Yeah, that's also like a valid guess too. All right. So next up, so any plans in the future that uh you guys want to share to the audience? Could be anything if you like to share about it. Maybe Phoenix Sun, would you like to share some plans for the future, I guess?
Well, this will be a gigantic shock to everyone, but I do plan on going into the BPL draft next year. So, just I
Ooh.
know, huge shock. I didn't say anything about it at all up until this point. Um, but until then, I am trying to sort of pick up a bit, like I've mentioned before, on trying to create some sort of content to make 2DX more accessible to English speaking people. So, um, yeah, other than that, I am simply practicing. So, you know, you will be seeing some, skill related things for me too, not just commentary. So yeah,
Yeah, I really hope to see you in the next year BPL.
Mm-hmm.
I will
yeah.
personally rooting on your performance.
I appreciate it. I'm also planning on just attending as many tournaments as I possibly can
Mm.
in the
Oh,
meantime. So if you see any tournaments coming up, uh, there is a good chance that I'll be participating in it. I mean,
oh, wow,
possibly
I
if I'm
see.
aware of it and I'm able to, because unfortunately, I do my work right now has me working on Saturdays every week, which kind of
Mm.
I
makes
see.
it a little bit hard to participate in some tournaments. So yes, but I guess that is sort of my future plans, at least relating to 2DX.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. So yeah, maybe to add more details about Phoenix Suns' plan is that there are actually lots of mini tournament for 2DX other than BPL and
Mm.
KAC. Let's say maybe the example is like the round one cup and then the I think Arena Cup. If
Yes.
that is called, yeah, Arena Cup and then Dolce Cup is that kind of mini tournament hosted by numerous top players, and they do also stream the match on YouTube. So be sure to like if you guys want to see that tournament, you can check out the Twitter and YouTube because there will be lots of information where's that tournaments gonna be held on stream.
Mm.
Yeah. And then for Norison, do you have any plans in the future that you want
No,
to share?
nothing special is my honest feeling, but yeah, I said I don't have なんていうの confidence or will
Hmm.
to apply for next season as a
Hmm.
pro player. But yeah, maybe if there is a selection for advisor or something around that, maybe I apply for that other than being a pro
Oh,
player, I think. So
oh, interesting, interesting.
I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
only plan I'm thinking about that. Yeah.
That's okay. But yeah, if you decide like to become like advisor to one of
Mm.
the BPL teams, yeah, we could see Mr. Dada once again.
Because I I was selected as a pro player,
Mhm.
maybe not by my skill, 2DX skill only, but maybe I can use Twitter effectively, or I can promote that team, or I
Mhm.
can share information to
Mm.
not only Japanese but English community. So
Mm, yeah, it's true.
I can 活躍できるってなんて言うんだ。
Uh,
So I can do those of that of things by being by not only being a pro player but being a advisor like that. I can
all
do
Mm.
right, yeah.
Twitter,
Right.
sharing information, doing a MC on radio.
Oh.
So maybe that will be a good choice for me, I think. So maybe that will be one option for me.
Mm. See. I see. I see.
Yes.
That's also really good insight that each Bimani Pro League player is not only appreciated by their individual skills, but
Mm,
also like the ability to like promoting their teams to like making more connections to
mm,
new peoples who are just discovered
mm,
Bimani Pro League. And yeah, that's really a great opportunity
Mm.
for every team to boost their own team
Yes.
popularity and also Bimani Pro League itself. And
Yes.
yeah, in my opinion, with Morisan has just joined Taito Trats, I personally think that Taito Trats have
Mm.
the best marketing at the moment
Yes.
with their player reveals, with their community events, with
Mm.
their let's say yeah their own special merchandise, which I actually do really want to purchase at some point. So yeah, I really like when
Mm.
teams go far and beyond on promoting their brand, because it will be great for the team itself and also for the branding of the Bimani Pro League itself. So yeah,
Mm.
that's a great insight from Norisa.
Yeah. I hope so.
I think you asked this question a lot earlier, but like things that could be done to improve the Monty Pro League as a whole. I want
Mm.
every
Mhm.
other team to do what Trads does. I think the
Mm.
fact that
Oh,
Trads is the only team
Yes.
that does what they do, I think is a
Yes.
bit of a waste, in my opinion.
Mm. Mm.
Like
yeah.
the Trads have shown that they can actually get like hype, and like if they
Yes.
put a lot of effort into marketing, like they can make these pro players marketable and more
Mm.
appealing to people. And if every team did that, it would be super hard for the rest of the
Yeah.
world to ignore
Oh,
BPL.
Yes.
Like
indeed.
it, as it is now, with trads being the only ones, like it just
Mm.
turns into everybody loves trads, which
Yes.
I legit like. I love trads, so like I'm one of those people,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
yeah. To be quite honest, for like the first season and like in the middle until the middle of the second season, I only like focus on opinion frames. But when the Soundfall X season start, I start to like really appreciate what Taito Trats does,
Mm.
like to marketing their players, to like informing the players that informing the viewers that this we will having this kind of event, we'll be having like a watch along, we are having like a meet and greet and such. And for me, following many games from on esports title, I could say that what Title Trust does is really close on what a major esports team
Yes. Yes.
does at the moment, and I really hope that other teams could do
Mm.
that same style of marketing, so that way BPL can be recognized internationally as like this
Yes.
big competition that offers entertainment and excitement to not only Japan but to every other people around the world.
yeah, I mean they're trying to be esports, so you may
Yes.
as well go full esports. And like it's kind of confusing to me. Like, why is it only trads, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I do wonder why
it,
though.
and like the thing is, like, it's bit. I have in some ways like a bit of a higher expectation this year of
Mm.
Mhm.
the other teams, because like trads showed how effective their methods are over the past year. So like now is the time for them to be making changes, right? So like
Yes.
I don't know. Like
Yes.
I'm also passionate about this because like this also would directly tie into expanding the interest of BPL.
Yes.
And it's like 100%
Yes.
like in their control. Like just do it. Right? Come on.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
ne.
we already, yeah. I mean, even Trats got their own motto, right? Like party rockers in the house, and yeah, it's really stuck in us, and that's like the proof that what they are doing is are on the right direction. And I really hope that other teams really started to copy what Trots does. It doesn't like need to be like the exact copy, but at least get the inspiration, get the passion. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I do agree on
exactly.
that. All right. And then lastly, before maybe we could take a question from the viewers, is
Mm.
there like any people that you guys want to give a shout out to? Could be anything like fellow pro players, like friends of from friends of yours. Maybe Phoenix on first. Is there any people that you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, there's so many.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to
That's
think about
okay.
this a
That's
bit.
okay.
Um, moving to Japan from California overall was an incredibly difficult experience, and I have a lot of people I'd love to shout out that just helped me along the way. Like,
Mm.
definitely all of my friends in California. Like,
Mm.
I'm afraid if I start listing names, I'm gonna forget someone. But Dicky Baiteru, Teus, like all I got a huge list of people. Velvet. I should probably just look at a Discord or something. But so many people that like literally encouraged me to just do it when I had the chance. I appreciate the heck out of you. My good friend Shun, who basically offered me housing for a very long time when I first moved here. 100% life changing offer, and I literally cannot be more thankful.
Mm.
Corey, because you've just generally been a large inspiration to me in a lot of ways. And I'm glad that now at least we kind of hang out more often than a few times a year.
Oh,
Um,
that's nice.
and then there's a few other people like uh, that I've met here that have been like super instrumental in just helping me out and just helping me acclimate sort of things. My friends Hedgie Viral, uh, Corey as well. Yeah, so
Oh.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
I'll say it
lot,
again
and
to SoCal people that I forgot. You know that I did not. I will never forget. Okay, just right now there's too many people,
Yes. Yes.
instrumental people. Yes.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, with lots of people that you want to shout at, it just feels like there are many people just being nice and helpful to each other, and yeah, it kind of makes what you are right now too.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes, and then yeah, Nori-san, do you have like people you want to give a shout out for? Like, if you
Yes.
can name as many as Phoenix-san does.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Maybe not. Maybe tens is not enough. Hundreds
Yeah.
of
Uh huh.
people I can name, but I'm not good at English, so I pick four, no, three
Okay.
people. Rio-san,
Okay.
Popojite-san,
Ooh,
Uh
Tatsu-san.
huh. Uh huh.
ooh, aha.
い
I wonder why.
本当に I really, really thank them because of them, I really enjoyed BPL season 2. So
Ooh,
yeah, Tatsu-san moved to Supernova, and only
yeah.
Rio-san remains at Charts. But if
Mhm.
the season 3's DX over, I want to have a dinner with those three. And
Oh, that's
again,
nice.
yeah, yeah. Also, yeah, as Phoenix-san did, there's so many people to give a thank you, but yeah, let me choose the three good
Mhm.
people. Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. Very nice. And I think we have time to like ask a question from the viewers. So
Mm-hmm.
this one is from Frenzy.
Mm.
So he would like to ask maybe I'll rephrase his question because his question is too direct to be asked. So he would like to ask that I think both of you have heard about Reflect Beat, right? One of also
Mm.
Bimani franchise title. So, in both of your opinions, like is Republic a good game overall? In you guys' opinion, maybe from Phoenix.
Absolutely. I've played a lot of
Oh,
Reflect V.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
oh,
It's actually kind of a shame that it no longer is supported.
Mm.
Yeah, I
yeah.
liked it a lot. It's vertically
Uh,
scrolling. I have no complaints.
Mm.
Yeah.
I see, I see. I see. And then maybe Norisa, in your opinion, what's your opinion
Yeah.
about Reflect Bit?
Yeah, actually, I didn't play Reflect Beat so much, but that not
Mm,
because the Reflect Beat is bad game. I just only have a curiosity only to DX. But the Reflect Beat should be a nice game because some of my friends said the 2DX is difficult.
mhm,
Because the that people plays rhythm game on smartphone, and on the smartphone's rhythm game you can touch where the lane exists, but
mhm,
2DX is a physical button and display. It's separated, so it is difficult. So reflect beat, なんていうんだ notes or how to say object
Yeah. Sure.
comes
mhm,
from the top, and you can touch the object and it
mhm,
reacts. So the manipulate place and なんていうの見るところ is same.
Where you're looking.
Yeah, so is same. So it can be really なんていうの suit for the people who plays smartphones music game, I think. So on that point, Reflect Beats should be a very nice game, I think.
mm. See, I see. It's a really great opinion too. All right. So there's also
Mm.
a question from this is there's one for Phoenix and also one for Noise. So for Phoenix, how would you compare the play atmosphere in the US compared to Japan where you are? I think we have already answered it, but maybe Phoenix, since these viewers just joined, maybe you could give like like TLDR answers to this question
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
and
think
to
yeah. I was gonna say I think the question of atmosphere is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Access, yeah, sure. I can, go to an arcade in 10 minutes, everything's fine, and all that stuff versus driving for an hour. Yeah, that's one thing. Atmosphere, I think, is very different because in
Mhm,
America, for the most part, when I would go and play, usually I would be combining it with being social with people. So,
Mm.
while in Japan, that is still sort of a thing every once in a while, but it's much less of a social experience in
Mm.
Japan.
mhm,
It's much more of a I am here, and it's just sort of it maybe it's because of the culture in Japan as well
Mm.
of everyone just sort of minding their own business. Like even if I see a player there that I know, but we
Mm.
didn't like come there together,
Mm.
we're just like, hey, what's up? And then we grind.
Yes.
Right. But
mm,
in America, if it's like if I see a friend and he's playing and I'm playing too, I'll be like, hey, what are you doing for dinner? What are you doing this? And then we make all our plans for like the entire night based off of everyone's availability, and it turns into a hangout. In
Mm.
Japan, that never happens. In some ways, I do miss that.
ooh,
In some ways, I
interesting.
do miss that. So
uh,
Nori, every time I see you at the
Mm.
arcade now, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight? Let's go to dinner. Let's go to that." True American experience, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I think in my opinion,
Mm.
American atmosphere kind of relates to in like the Indonesian people atmosphere when it comes to like playing in arcades. But I think in Indonesia it's either two cases. Either players are like too shy to interact with each other, like in a simple case, just queuing for another turn like that, or they could be like so reckless and not paying attention to surroundings. So therefore, it kind of cause some like a bit of disturbance. So like the people who like actually want to play. But yeah, overall, I do agree with that kind of sentiment. And then perhaps this is also from Daniel too, so Nori-san. So he would like to ask your experience as a former
Yes, yes, yes.
professional player. So how did you manage to maintain your composure and energy when it comes to compete in the Bimani Pro League when you are being selected to every match? That's the question.
To be honest, I didn't know the meaning composure.
Composure
Phoenix.
is like it's when you're playing, how do you keep cool? How do you
Yeah. How you keep calm? How do
Ah.
you keep calm
yeah.
like that? Yeah.
日本語でも答えるのむずいな。ね。
I can
い
I
や、
try.
think
okay.
yeah, you
フェニックス
can
さんにお願いしま
answer
す。
it in
Okay.
yeah, you can answer it in Japanese and let Phoenix translate it. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
でも、いや、日本語で答えちゃう。これ
Okay.
結構、無責任かもしれないんだけど、いつも BPL に参加するとき、フォースラウンドピックだったから、俺って。その、サードラウンドピックの達也、セカンドラウンドピックのポポジテさん、ファーストラウンドピックのリオさんがいるから、なんかこう、きっと彼らが私が失敗しても何とかしてくれるはずだなって思うと、そうなんかプレッシャーがちょっと減るのはちょっとあったから、あんまり俺が勝たなきゃいけないんだって思いすぎないようにしてたかも。
Mm,
Okay. That's it?
okay.
Yes.
He was like, it's probably not the most responsible way to think about it, but because I was a
Mhm,
fourth pick player, and
mhm,
I had people like Rio and Papajite and Tatsu on my team, I wasn't ever in a situation of like, oh, I really have to win this match, because even if I don't do that well, I still can rely on my other teammates to get the points where it really mattered. So
mm,
it kind
I
of
see.
made it kind of reduced the pressure.
うんうん。
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could.
I can
Yeah,
translate.
I could. Yeah, I could.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can understand that opinion too, since
Mm,
well we all know that Vivani Pro League is a team. It's a team game. So
mm,
yeah, when it comes that well maybe you're not really the uh, favorite pick like to win certain types
mm,
of match, you can like really be calm and just do what you have to do at that match day. So yeah, no wonder that some player, including Norisan
mm,
himself, could stay calm and cool whenever he was playing back in Silphat days or at Taylor
mm,
Traps.
mm. Yes.
All right, I think that's all from the
Mhm.
viewers question, and I think that will also concludes our tonight's
Mhm.
interview.
Mm,
So once again, thank you once again, Phoenix Suns and Nori-san, for the opportunity to be interviewed by us.
mm,
Really hope that whatever your future goals and plans it, I hope both of you can accomplish it easily. And lastly, I will once again give a shout out to both of your channels. So for those of you who wants to follow these two great 2DX rankers, you can follow their Twitter. For Norisan is at Norimiso2DX,
Yes, thank you.
and for Phoenix Sun you can follow him at Phoenix with an underscore. Yeah. And you can also check their YouTube channel with their respective 2DX name. And also Norisan have also a podcast called Otoge Days. We're
Thank
collabing
you.
with Seryu-san. You can also check that out. And also Phoenix-san, as he's discussed before, he got a podcast discussing the third season of BPL, which has already been live this morning in our local time.
Mm.
And check that out. All right, I guess that's all for tonight. Have a good rest on Norizon and Renaissance, because I know it's very late in Japan at the
Not so
moment.
very
And
late.
It's 10:30. Yeah,
It's
it's not
only
too bad.
10. Yes.
so yeah, it's still earlier for you guys, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess that's all for tonight. Thank you for everyone who have tuned in from the beginning until the end, and I hope the VOD will be up right after this interview ends, and we'll see you guys soon in our next live interview from KAORI Nusantara. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.